for the show. That way I'll be able to look at it.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the following is another marvelous episode of the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. I'm your host, that Ocean Crossing, straight up Boston, flight catching, shot glass snatching. Where's he going next? Nobody knows. 3 continents down, 3 more to go. No cap, straight facts. The worldwide star boy, Remy Blue. But it's not about me. You see, we have two special guests for a special episode. That's right. We're actually going to be doing the predictions for NXT's Great American Bash, which is actually going to be tomorrow in Cedar Park, Texas. And we got a lot of great matches coming up. But before we go any further, our special guest, in one corner we have, he's a man who is not only a wrestling fan, but he's also a gamer. As a matter of fact, you can check out one of his latest reviews of one of my all-time favorite classics, Double Dragon Gaiden. Everybody, welcome to the show, Georgio Arcade.
What's up, y'all?
And our final guest. And our final guest is a man who is actually 1/4 of one of New York's rapidly rising wrestling groups. You see them all over the state, and they're taking over all over the country. Pretty much all over the world. Everybody, welcome to the show. Global Wrestling Family, GWF EVP, that's Executive Vice President. For those of y'all that didn't catch along, Mike Awesome. How you doing tonight, sir?
By the way, everybody. By the way, I just mainly go by Hitman, but
my bad.
Is my Instagram page, but yeah.
Oh, my bad. Hey,
no, it's
sorry
cool,
about that, man. I'll definitely get it. We're gonna have you back on it because 50 minutes of fandom. We got to get you back on it to tell your story, man.
Absolutely.
But I figured, we show some love to the GWF and have y'all come on here. I guess Tabu couldn't make it, but I figured it would be wrong if we didn't extend the invitation to the rest of y'all as well too. So thank y'all for actually. Yeah, thank y'all for actually being on the show. And we're gonna be talking about NXT Great American Bash. I gotta ask y'all, man, how do y'all feel about this card?
I feel like for me, the best match for me is gonna be the triple threat match for the NXT North American title. Between Mustafa Ali, Wesley, and Dirty Dom. I mean, I can't wait for that. I mean, the other matches is fine, but I feel like that's gonna be my favorite match for that card.
Okay, all right, Georgia, how about you?
I would have to agree with him. Man, I think they're gonna steal the show. It's gonna be hard to follow that match, and they might even start off the show because I think they usually do that when Wesley's on a NXT Takeover card or whatever. So I think they're gonna steal the show. Let me look. I think Tiffany Stratton is wrestling.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
she has really great matches as well. So I think she's gonna put on a great show. Roxanne is gonna be on there. So yeah, man, I think that triple threat match is gonna be probably match of the night, but we could be wrong. Who knows?
Honestly, I think this is gonna be a great card. Every match has been built up. Um, every match has a story to it, and NXT, they never fail to deliver. They've always brought the top notch competition, the top notch matches at their premium live events. So this is definitely one I'll be watching closely as well too. So basically, Georgia, you've been on here. Mike, this is your first time. Hopefully not the not the last of hopefully not the first and last. But
Definitely not.
um, what we do normally do here, and for those of y'all that are new, that are just watching, by the way, Brian Hernandez, thank you for tuning in as well. One of our alumni guests as well too. So for those of you that are watching and listening, what we normally do on these episodes is we normally go down the card match by match, and we give our predictions to who will win and who will lose, and also why. And after we're done with the card, we normally go around and ask everybody if they have any final predictions, general predictions regarding the show. So if those of you that are listening, from the comfort of your homes or wherever you pretty much chill at, feel free to give your predictions as well too. We actually welcome fan interaction as always here at Ringside Society. So with that being said, we have NXT Great American Bash coming from Cedar Park, Texas, the HEB Center, Cedar Park, and we have 8 matches. And the first match that we have is actually going to be on the pre-show, and it's going to be an 8-person mixed tag team match. It's going to be the team of Dragon Lee, Nathan Fraser, Ulysses Leon, and Valentina Feroz versus the Metaphor, which is the stable, the team of Noam Dar, Oro Mensa, Jakara Jackson, and Lash Legend. Georgia, who you got for this one? Georgia, I think he got frozen.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's coming back in.
This is an interesting one right here. Um, I think Dragon Lee's team might be the one that gets the win. I think that'd be big because it seems like they've been having a lot of problems out of No Am Dar down in the past couple of weeks and stuff, or the months or whatever leading up to this. So I think Dragon Lee team might pull out the win. Well, they need to win, should I say? I mean, both teams do, but I think Dragon Lee team to get it.
Awesome. Okay, Hitman, who you going with?
I'd have to agree. I'd have to go with the team of Dragon Lee, only because even though this is just a pre-show match, I feel like this will be a big win for Dragon Lee. I don't think, to my knowledge, that Dragon Lee has had really any big wins. If anything, he's lost a lot. And I feel like this will be, kind of like their chance to kind of like stick it to them since, they've been a thorn, Norm Dar and their little faction has been a thorn, on their side and stuff. So I'm definitely going to go with Dragon Lee.
Awesome. Honestly, I'm gonna go with the team of Dragon Lee. Nathan Frazier, Ulysses Leon, and Valentina Feroz. I'm gonna have to go with them. It's gonna be a highly competitive match if you ask me, but I'm gonna have to go with the Lee and Fraser's team, that little team that they have there as well. But I'm gonna say this: there's 2 tag teams in there that you definitely want to watch out for, and that's the team of Leon and Feroz and Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend. They both look great together, and I guarantee you, once they hit that main roster, they're going to be 2 of the most dominant teams in WWE. I guarantee that. So the next match that we have is a triple threat match for the NXT North American Championship. We have the defending champion, Dirty Dominic Mysterio, defending against Wesley, who is the former champion, and also in that match is Mustafa Ali. Georgia, who you got for this one?
Ooh. Oh man, I gotta be careful with this one. Let's see. Well, I don't think Mustafa Ali is gonna get it. I wouldn't be surprised if Dominic comes out with the win because Rhea Ripley is gonna be not too far behind. Damian Priest probably like come out there and help him. You know, um, golly, I would like for Wesley to get the belt back, but I got a feeling Dominic is gonna steal the win here.
Okay, Hitman, who you got?
Who I want to win? In a way, I kind of want Mustafa to win because he hasn't really had any success. I think he's a pretty good performer, but he just hasn't gotten a fair shake, on the main roster. And I think going forward for him getting better success, I feel like this would be the first step in that direction. But I feel like I have to go with Dirty Dom. I feel like he's gonna, retain. Somebody's gonna come out there, whether it be Mommy, whether it be, Senor Money in the Bank, or somebody's gonna come out there and interfere. But I feel like for it all, I think that Dirty Dom is definitely gonna retain.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna be that brazen person, and I'm gonna say, yeah, you know what? Dirty Dom is gonna retain, and I want him to retain. I think he's doing great. I've been saying this for the past like month or two now. Is he's gonna be somebody big in WWE. I'm even going to say that he's going to be just as great as Cody Rhodes. And if you really look at the similarities, Cody Rhodes had some awkward moments in his past when he was dashing Cody Rhodes, and what was the other one? The Rhodes Scholar. This is what Dom is going through right now. This is his Rhodes Scholar dashing Cody Rhodes, moment right here. This is what he's going through. After the Judgment Day, I have a good feeling that we're gonna see him, you know, be elevated, to the top. It's gonna happen. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Dirty Dominic for this one. He's gonna pull it off.
Hmm.
So the next match we have, ooh, this one's gonna be another one to watch. Not just watch closely. We have the submission match for the NXT Women's Championship. The defending champion Tiffany Stratton going up against Thea Hale, who will be accompanied by Chase University, which is the duo of Duke Hudson and Andre Chase. Georgia, who you got for this one, man?
I think Tiffany Stratton has a lot more that she can do with that championship for right now. But I do think Tia Hell is going to give us a good showing. She's going to really show that she belongs in the ring with the world with champion or whatever. And I think she's going to surprise a lot of people. But I do think at the very last second, Tiffany Stratton gonna find a way to get the win.
Yeah, you do have a point. Hitman, how about you? Who you got?
I kind of, feel the same way. I feel like it's going to be a bigger, better showing. They're going to go neck and neck. I feel like it's going to be, a big brawl between both the women. However, I don't think that Thea is ready to take the woman's title off of Tiffany Stratton. Therefore, I'm going to go with Tiffany Stratton. I feel like she's going to hold the title and probably going to be warming it up for Roxanne. So, yeah, I don't think Thea Hale is going over.
So my thing is, Thea Hale has a great future. She's still young. She's only 18. She's going to be 19 this year if she hasn't turned 19 already. I think she's going to be, a great, competitor in the women's division in the very near future. But I don't think this is going to be her time yet. She's gonna, she's gonna make Tiffany Stratton put respect on her name, but that's pretty much going to be it. I'm gonna go with Tiffany Stratton, and I think what's going to happen is that Tiffany Stratton is actually going to end up having her own submission. We're going to see the debut of Tiffany Stratton's submission move right here. That's what we're going to see,
Hmm.
and it's probably I gotta feel it might be something epic. But I'm gonna go with Tiffany Stratton for this one. It wouldn't surprise me right now if she's actually, developing a maneuver for this match. Wouldn't be surprising.
Oh, yeah.
So the next match we have is a tag team match for the NXT Tag Team Championship. You have the defending champions, Gallus, which is Mark Coffey and Wolfgang, and they'll be accompanied by Joe Coffey. When is that man going to get a title? And they're going to be going up against the family, which is Tony D'Angelo and Channing Stacks Lorenzo. And I still can't believe they let go of Cole Carter, but hey, that's wrestling for you. But Georgia, who you got for this one?
Oh, so Gallus has been really dominating as of late. They've been really putting in the work, but also the family has also been doing some crazy good things too. They took out Pretty Deadly, and so I think putting the belts on the family would be an interesting way to go. I think it would make NXT very fun to watch going forward because those guys are clearly very entertaining. So I think they should go with him.
Uh, Hitman, who you got?
I want the family to win, only because I feel like they deserve some gold. However, I think Gallus is going to go over. I don't think that they're going to get the W on this time around. I feel like at some point, maybe on the next pay per view, they'll probably get another shot, and they'll go over then. But I've got to go with Gallus.
Awesome. Honestly, ooh man, this is a tough one because Dallas is no joke. They've been in this thing for a minute, but the family is really over. But I'm gonna have to go with Dallas because Dallas they have that third man out there. They have Joe Coffey out there as well too. So they have Joe Coffey out there. So the family is great. Don't get me wrong, but I think Dallas they're definitely gonna pull this off. That's what I'm gonna go with. All right. So the next match we have is a singles match, and it's gonna be the Olympic gold medalist Stevenson versus I don't know Happy Corbin, Sad Corbin, Rich Corbin. I don't know which one he is, but Baron Corbin. I don't know which one he's playing right now. But
He's back to the
yeah,
lone wolf now.
I guess he is. Georgia, who you got for this one, man?
Oh man, golly. This one is a really tough one to call too because Gable Stevenson, he needs a win because ain't this our first time seeing him wrestle a full match?
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
I mean, yeah, you would think he should get the win here. This is his first time, but if Baron Corbin is supposed to be showing a new version of his character, you don't want him to lose either. But maybe him losing this match might make him go into a more darker version of himself. So, for me personally, I think Gable Stevenson should get the win here just so we can get that further character development with Baron Corbin.
Okay. Man, who you going with?
Um, I just want to say that I definitely do like, your thought process on that. Um, him digging deeper into a darker character, especially if he's gonna, especially now that he's transitioned back to being the lone wolf. Maybe he might be aggressive. Maybe he might be more violent, after this. I don't think that they're going to, especially as much as they've been hyping up Gable Stevenson, putting him on the main roster, putting him on NXT. I think Gable Stevenson is going to go over. Baron Corbin could afford to lose this one, and let the new guy go over. I think I agree with Giorgio. I think this might help maybe toughen up his character or make him more violent and more aggressive. But I'm going with Gable for the win.
Also, what if the match ends by DQ and Gable Stevenson would be a DQ because Baron Corbin just loses control and just beats the crap out of her. That could be one way you could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, who I'm gonna go with? I'm gonna go with Gable Steveson. The man's an Olympic gold medalist in wrestling, so I don't think he's going to lose this one. But the experience of Baron Corbin is definitely helped Baron Corbin put up a fight. But I'm gonna go with Stevenson on this one. If anything, this match is gonna light a fire under the new character that Baron Corbin has. Um, that Baron Corbin's gonna be debuting. So I think this is gonna be the start for Baron Corbin right here, win or lose. The next match we have, oh man, we have a weapons wild match, and it's gonna be Roxanne Perez versus Blair Davenport. Wow, innocent little Roxanne Perez going up against the diabolical Blair Davenport. Wow, this is gonna be something. Georgia, who you got for this one, man?
Ooh, man. See, I do think we're gonna see a more violent version of Roxanne in this match. Blair is gonna really push her to her breaking point. And you had earlier you brought up how Tiffany Stratton might eventually lose her title to Roxanne. So if that is the case, I think Roxanne should get the win here. This is going to be a very violent, very brutal match, and but I think this will really put Roxanne back on the map to getting that women's world championship. So I think Roxanne is winning.
Okay, Hitman, how about you?
I gotta go with Roxanne as well. I think that Blair poses as a threat. I don't think that she's going to be threatening enough for her to be able to uh, have um, have her, get the victory and get the 1, 2, 3, and having Roxanne Perez staring up at the lights. But I think this is going to put her, I think this is going to help, just like Giorgio said, put her in title contention because it's like, you go up against somebody like, Blair Davenport, who's dangerous and who's trying to, pose a threat, try to make a name for herself. You gotta, what I'm saying, you gotta give her, another rematch and another shot at that title. So I'm gonna go with Roxanne Perez.
Honestly, I'm gonna go with Roxanne Perez too as well. This one is gonna bring out a. We're gonna see a side of Roxanne Perez we've never seen before. I already know it. We've been accustomed to seeing the innocent, the cute little innocent Roxanne Perez. She looks like she can't do no harm, but this we're gonna definitely see another side of her, courtesy of Blair Davenport in this match. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna definitely go with Roxanne for this one. All right, the last match we have is gonna be the singles match for the NXT Championship. We're gonna be having Carmelo Hayes, the defending champion, accompanied by his good friend Trick Williams, going up against Ilya Dragunov.
Hmm.
This is gonna be a hard hitting match. And the crazy thing is, Ilya Dragunov may not have the size in this one, but the man can pack a punch. Actually, normally he doesn't have the size in all of his matches. He's normally the smaller guy, but the guy is just tough as nails. I don't know what it is. Maybe he has a little man complex, but yeah, there's just something about that guy. Georgia, who you got for this one?
Oh man, you know what? Like, I really like the rise that Carmelo's been on as of late. But Ija, this dude is tough as nails. We saw what he went through in that match with Dijak. Man, Dijak threw everything at this dude, and he would not give up. He kept fighting back. So I think Carmelo Hayes is gonna win the match, but it's gonna be very difficult for him. he's gonna have to go beyond his limit as well to try to try to keep Egypt down, and it's not gonna be an easy task. I think we're gonna be surprised by how good this match is gonna be. These guys are really gonna put on a show. I mean, them being in the main event is that way for a reason. But I think Carmelo is gonna get the W here.
All right, man, who you got for this one?
Well, it's just like you said, like with Dragonoff is tough. I mean, Dragonoff is tougher than the $2 steak from Dollar Tree. But I think that Dragonoff has a lot of heart. I mean, he was the one that beat Gunther for the NXT UK title, so we got to take that into consideration. Um, but at the same time, Melo don't miss, and I gotta go with Melo for the victory.
All right. Um, this match, this is hard. Carmelo's a great athlete, but at the same time, Ilya Dragunov is no joke. The man can definitely go the distance, and those chops are something too. Like that man can give Walter, well Gunther, wherever name he's going by, a run for his money with the chops. So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go with Carmelo Hayes, but Carmelo Hayes is gonna be badly wounded. Like we're gonna see some bruises. We're gonna see some contusions. We're gonna see blood in this one. I just know it. It's not gonna be an easy one. But Carmelo, I'm gonna give Carmelo the win with this one here. He's definitely gonna win, and then we're probably gonna see a handshake afterwards between the two. Although I wouldn't be opposed to Ilya Dragunov winning anyways, because let's be honest, Carmelo's ready for he's ready for the main stage. They've tested him out before. We've seen him backstage. We've seen him in the audience. We've seen him have a match. I believe it was on Raw or SmackDown. The man is ready. So I wouldn't be opposed to Ilya winning, but I think Carmelo's gonna win this one this time. So that was the card. All 8 matches, all 7 matches we actually covered. So I'm gonna go around the room and ask: does anybody have any final predictions? Any heel turns? Any face turns? Any alliances that may form? Any alliances that may break up? What y'all think?
I have one.
You know,
I'll say this.
go ahead.
I'll say this regarding the last match, regarding the main event of that card. I feel like Ilya, if he loses, which I think that more than likely he will. Um, if he loses, I feel like that's going to bring more development to his character because I feel like he's going to wind up, getting angry. And I wouldn't be surprised if he try to, do a handshake and then next thing you know, he turns heel on him and then just, knocks him out. And then that, continues the story. And then maybe on the next go round, maybe Ilya will take the title from him because, you know, I see that Bobby Lashley has been talking to Trick Williams and Melo, and it looks like there's going to be another Hurt Business 2.0. So
Mhm.
if Melo does lose on Sunday, I mean, well, yeah, if he loses, I wouldn't be surprised because it looks like they're trying to build that that Hurt Business 2.0, and they're trying to get a little bit of
Yeah.
flavor from Melo.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point right there. Because what if Carmelo loses tomorrow, and then he meets back up with Lashley again? Because the Hurt Business was formed because all those guys was losing, or they wasn't getting booked properly. Until they all came together, then everything started going great for them again. So that's a good point that you brought up there about Carmelo. He may have no choice but to take Lashley's offer. So yeah, the ending to tomorrow's main event is gonna be must see.
Yeah. Honestly, in terms of final, in terms of final predictions, we're gonna like I said, if Thea Hale doesn't win tomorrow against Tiffany Stratton, Roxanne's gonna be up next. No doubt, we're definitely gonna see Roxanne up next as well too. That's probably the only prediction I have. And I got to feel we might see who if Carmelo Hayes wins, we might see who's gonna be his next opponent. They might that next opponent might come out and do like a showdown with him. That's what we might see. So I think it's gonna be. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if Braun Breaker wants another shot at that title. But we're definitely. I gotta
That's
feel we're
true.
gonna see who his next opponent is gonna be.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with that being said, that was our Great American Bash predictions episode for Great American Bash 2023. Um, for those of y'all that are listening, watching, we're gonna do our best to get some polls on Twitter for y'all to actually click who you think is gonna win, who you think is gonna lose, and whatnot. Just be on the lookout for that. And I just gotta say, Giorgio Hitman, thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedules to be on our show. We really and truly do appreciate it. Unfortunately, my two other co-hosts, Kathy and Rob, they couldn't make it tonight. They had some personal matters to attend to, but hopefully next time you're on here, well, you especially Hitman, you'll definitely see them, as well, because there's actually three of us that actually normally host the show. Georgia, you've met all three of us already, so um, you definitely know what it is. But I just got to thank both of y'all. I know it was last minute, but thank y'all for actually, taking time out to, shoot the breeze about, wrestling and the Great American Bash and so on. So before we shut this show down, um, Giorgio, where can fans find you on social media when they want to talk wrestling, and also, check out your gaming reviews?
Oh yeah, so you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. It's Giorgio Arcade, in all caps, and then it's the same on all the platforms. So I'm very easy to find, and I have all my information on my Twitter page as well. If you like to use that, or X is now called X, so you can find me on X at Giorgio Arcade. But yeah, I do a lot of retro gaming stuff. I do blogs here and there, snack reviews, and I do like to talk wrestling on X now. So since that's what the name of Twitter is, but yeah, say hi to me anytime, and I'll definitely reply back.
X. The bird was so cool. Why do you have to go and change stuff?
uh,
God. Well, you
that
know what?
means
There's
that you
always
got a
threats.
porn
So
app on your phone.
yeah, well. Now there's actually threads. So I mean, if Elon wants to make himself something he's not, people are just gonna go over to threads now. So and it's becoming a thing. So yeah. So Hitman, where can fans find you on social media when they want to talk wrestling? Check out all things, GWF, cop some merch, all that good stuff.
Well, if you want to find us on social media, you can find us on Instagram. Just type in Global Wrestling Family. We're also on Facebook, Global Wrestling Family on Facebook. Possibly in the future, sometime soon, maybe Twitter. But there's definitely more to come with us as far as us expanding as far as social media. So be sure to come and follow us. And if you're already following us, thank you so much. Oh, and by the way, shout out to my guy Sabu and my other brother Danny.
Awesome. Yeah, shout out to them too, man. We're definitely gonna, like I said, Hitman, don't go too far, man. We're gonna definitely try to get you back on here for 15 minutes of fandom, man. We're gonna definitely make that happen. You
I'm
know,
always ready.
um, Giorgio's been on it. he could tell you how we are. You know, we're pretty chill. So
Oh
we're
yeah,
definitely
it's
looking to
hard
have
to
you on,
follow.
man. Yeah. But if y'all want to find me on social media, not that I say a lot of cool things, but I do go to a couple of cool places every now and then. You can definitely find me on Twitter and Instagram at the Remy Blue. You can also find me on Facebook uh, as Remy Blue as well. Our podcast is also on social media. We're on Twitter and Instagram at Ringside Society. We're also on Threads as well too at Ringside Society. We're on Facebook as a Facebook group. We're on Twitch at Ringside Society 2019. We're also on Spotify. We also have a Teespring store where we sell official Ringside Society merch. We have T-shirts, we have tank tops, we have hoodies. You know, we even have coffee mugs for your favorite warm beverage as well too. We even have pillows for some reason. I don't know why, but you can definitely check out our Teespring store. We have a lot of cool designs and everything. We recently released our luxury edition logo, which is dedicated to it was actually inspired by our alumni guest, the Diamond Sheik. That was the first time we ever did a pro wrestler inspired logo. Definitely check it out. We also have our Miami Life Edition logo coming up real soon. We might drop that tonight. If not tonight, definitely within the week, we're definitely gonna be dropping it. So look out for that as well. And y'all just definitely cop some merch from us, man. Like I said, all proceeds from those sales, for those of y'all listening and watching, they go back into keeping our show afloat. They don't go back into our pocket. So every proceed we get, it goes back into keeping Ringside Society afloat and on the air and so on. So definitely go ahead and show us some support and whatnot. And last but not least, we have a YouTube channel where we actually have, we have a lot of cool interviews like this one. Like we recently interviewed, we've actually had a lot of impressive, guests. We interviewed Jasmine Howe. We've actually had the brother of Damian Priest, Undeniable Michael Martinez. He's been on our show. We've had J Rod from California. And we've also had Zoe Dubois, who's actually going to be making her New York debut at the Wrestling Universe. She was on our show as well too. And we've had the other members of her stable, Mixtape and Duke Lawrence and M4. We've had a great bunch of people. Definitely check out those interviews. All you gotta do is go on YouTube, type in Inside Society. Once you see that really gorgeous looking dark blue and light blue yin yang sound with the blue flames around it, that's when you know it's us. So make sure you subscribe to all our videos because we got a lot of cool stuff coming up. And you don't want to miss a thing like Aerosmith in 1998. But with that being said, it's about time for us to shut this show down. My eyelids are getting heavy. My stomach is rumbling. That means it's time for dinner and a nap. Maybe not in that order, but before I indulge in those activities, I just want to thank everybody tuning in live tonight. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. You strive on being one of the best wrestling podcasts a wrestling fan could, should, and would listen to, and we're not going to stop doing that. So those y'all that are going to listen later on, we get a chance. Thank you very much in advance. And those y'all that hate us, can't stand us, really truly wish we'd go away. Well, like myself at the Golden Corral, we're not going anywhere for a while. And with that being said, we just want to let everybody know that we're very well and aware. Myself, Rob Bass, Kathy Knight, Chris Lini, Albert Armageddon, the Ringside Society crew. We're actually very well aware of everybody and their grandparents and their parents of a podcast. Well, we're not your grandparents' podcast. We're not your parents' podcast. As a matter of fact, we're not just any podcast. Hashtag we are not the same. So with that being said, I'm gonna say it one time for the mind, one time for the people, one time for the wrestling culture, one time for NXT, Great American Bash, one time for Georgio Arcade video game channel, and one time for the GWF with the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. And we'll be back later on next week with another impressive guest on another impressive episode. But until then, we just have four favors for y'all. Stay safe, stay healthy, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes. We out. Peace.